We've got an absolute tremendous guest for you, young man. It's only fucking Oli McBurnie. How are you, young man? How are you?
Very well, boys. How are we?
Good, good.
Great to see you, Ollie boy.
Oh, I've missed you so much, Slaney, honestly, pal.
Ollie, what was the time? Remember the first time we met in Magaluf?
Oh, the Magaluf, straight away the Magaluf story.
Go on, my man.
Come on.
So, Si, this is before I've ever met Slaney, yeah? So, yeah. I'm walking down the Magaluf Strip. Must have been 2 or 3 years ago. And I've looked around the corner and there's a bit of argy-bargy starting off outside this bar.
Correct.
And I've seen, I'm like, I swear I know who that is. And he's Slaney and he's an absolutely massive Spanish bouncer, right?
Fucking knocked him right outside.
Slaney's just battered him, right? And then so Slaney's been kicked out of this club, all these bouncers, mate. And I'm thinking, there's me and Slaney left. None of our pals are left. And me and Slaney like, do you want to go to strippers? We'll go to the strippers for a drink, eh? We'll have a little catch up, me and a Slane dog. Who've we seen in the strippers, Slaney?
So you will not believe who the stripper was. I'm not joking. Mikey Stewart.
Vamos.
Oh, did you find that? Did you find that last night? That's tremendous, man. Slaney, what about the gaff?
Shy, I'm telling you right now, and I mean this right now, me and you will have that gaff very, very soon. I can feel it in my presence, mate.
Wow. Alright, McBurnie, show us what 20 million quid gets you, young man. Let's see the hoods.
I've just hid away all the booze and the birds, so you can have a little look, right?
Oh, look at that, mate.
Oh, look at that. Right,
cheers, lads.
Shy, Ollie boy, this is what 15 quid a month gets you. Oh, you bastard, I've got the fucking Ryan camera on it, Si. Oh, you bastard. I can't get that out, mate. Bastard.
Is that true, though, Slaney? You're now doing fans only for £15 a month?
Absolutely, Si. And it's actually called, you'll not believe it, Si, it's actually called the cock-off. And we get the tournament to see who's the biggest. You'll not believe it. It's fucking magic. I've still not won yet, Si.
Right, Ollie, what have you been doing in lockdown, mate? You've been keeping fit, been boozing. What's happening?
A bit of both, mate. You know me. Now we've, to be fair, the Sheffield United have been right on it with ours. They've sent us watt bikes around, and we have to do 2 cardio sessions a day and a gym session, and send all the evidence through. And it's a big fine and stuff if you don't do it. So it's been a bane of my life. I've just done an hour on the watt bike this morning, actually, lads. Believe it or not.
How many calories did you do on that?
About 950, I think I did.
Oh.
About 35 kilometres it was, yeah. It wasn't pretty light, not after my weekend anyway, so.
When he's back, Ollie, you know now.
The plan's 1st of May, mate, hopefully, back in training. Do 3 weeks pre-season and then June the 1st, but that's touch and go, like, don't think I'm not sure how that's going to go down, like.
Oh, yeah, I seen a video, somebody was up seeing Wilder and they were watching training, they were warming up and you were miles behind everyone.
It's not me, all that warming up stuff, Slaney. Get the balls out, I'll be all right, man, but all that running stuff, it's not for me.
Fuck the warm-ups.
Aye, Slaney, I've never been a good warm-up man.
See, at Dundee, we used to do a warm-up for 45 minutes, man. And then play 5 minutes of football, the worst.
And I wonder why Scottish football's piss at times.
The best I ever had was, not the best manager I ever had, but best for warm-ups was Italian geezer Francesco Guidolin, mate. We do 1 lap around the pitch and then the fitness guy would try and get us to do warm-ups. He'd be like, right, that's enough now, into the football.
Yes. That's Swansea.
Swansea, mate, aye.
Right here, I want to ask you, because what a season you are having. It's looking like you could finish in Europe. Slaney, you're a man that's played on the big stage in Europe. A bit of advice for your mate if he gets to Europe. Tell him how to go about it.
Ollie, as I said last week, sat on the Charlie Austin one side, the British teams sometimes really struggle away from home in Europe. You must go with my approach and go full steam ahead, side, and pile driver through the fucking lot of them. So make sure you tell Craig Wilder or Greg Wilder, whatever he's fucking called, to keep it going.
Craig Wilder! Craigie Wilder!
What's his name again?
You just had him behind you on the photo, man. Where's he gone?
So he did. But listen, he's been very disappointed as his son get beat with Tyson Fury last week. So he's not Wilder.
It's terrible.
That's unbelievable, Slaney. Kev, you in?
Kev, in the little bottom left-hand corner, press join audio.
Kev, see the wee bottom left?
Is that me now?
Ah, you're in.
Oh, yeah. By the way, did you expect the season to go so well for the boys?
Oh, mate, no chance. To be fair, I think the boys were confident that they'd always stay up, mate. But like, we've just never stopped, mate. Everyone kept saying we'd fall off eventually, like. But the boys are machines, man. They just keep going, eh?
And is that what it is? Because you are so fit and you're a great team spirit as well. And like you said, it's League One and League Two boys that are playing in the Prem. It's brilliant.
You know what it's like, eh? You know what it's like with the League One. The dressing rooms are different from League One to they are stereotypically. When I've been in the Prem, there's a lot of different nationalities usually in the Premier League, mate. This year was the first year we'd signed a boy outside of Republic of Ireland. You know what I mean? When we signed the boy Musa, who's more British than the rest of us anyway. But mate, there's 25 lunatics in that dressing room. I think that's why we're doing so well, mate. Because the boys would do out for each other, like.
Do you think that man would fit in that dressing room, young Paul?
Honestly, I couldn't think of a better man for the team, like.
Slaney, fancy it?
Thanks very much, Ollie boy. I'll come down. I'm actually no word to lie, Ollie. I'm in talks now with Soccer AM. As Fenners hasn't been up to it for 3 years now, and he's still trying to keep it going. I'm the man to step in, Ollie. So I will get into the change room very soon, mate.
It's not been the same. It's not been the same since Lovejoy, eh?
Correct, mate. I don't know what they're trying to do. Another boy sitting on the couch with him. I think they've actually tried to copy your approach with a wee fat boy and Kevin Kyle on open goal. I don't know. It's very similar.
Oh, Kev, did you find when you played in the Prem, Sunderland, can you not get as much of a laugh in the Premiership with the Premiership boys as you do the lower leagues and the teams in Scotland?
No, I think Sunderland, when I was with Sunderland at the time, I think they were very similar to like the Sheffield United, because what they had come up from the Championship in 98, was it 98, 99 season, and then so it was basically a group of Championship boys like Sheffield United, and then they we kind of did similar to what Sheffield United. Well, I didn't play then because I was always young, but they ended up finishing 7th in the Premiership 2 years in a row. So they went through that fairy tale kind of Sheffield United spell. See, the group of Championship players living the dream, getting $5,000 a week win bonus. Obviously, it's not quite like that now because the figures are massive compared to what it was back then. But the boys appreciate it, so you tried it harder. You still had that same burnt on the dressing room. There wasn't anybody thought they were bigger than anybody else because you all come through as a collective.
You must have thought you were bigger than everyone else.
Si.
Okay.
I was 6'4" and 12.2 stones. I was an absolute specimen, man. I was like a young Oli McBurnie.
No, it's not a good comparison for you, that, Kev. I don't think you want to be taking that.
I don't worry, Oli. They slag me off to try and make themselves feel better, but I'm happy with that. I'm comfortable in my own skin. These two clearly aren't, if you look at Slaney's skin. But anyway.
Not amused, Slane, dog, eh? Slaney, I think your skin's looking well, mate.
Thanks very much, my man. Fuck him.
Oh, who's the top man in the Sheffield United dressing room? Billy Sharp's a man, isn't he?
Skip's a real good lad, and to be fair to him, mate, he's a good skipper as well. You know, sometimes like it gets tough for the captains; they have to do the dirty work when it goes, and you know the awkward questions and the awkward conversations with the managers and the owners, and Bill's really good at that. Top boys, the Scouts are always good. The Scousers are always good. Good value for money, aren't they? Lunny and Jack O'Connell. Did David McGoldrick ever?
Scousers love a beer.
To be fair, mate, all the boys can have a go, like.
Can they? Do you scoot quite a bit?
No, mate, come on. We're Premier League footballers, eh?
But you said an away bus is an away bus good on the way back after a winner, huh?
If like an odd, maybe once a month, the gaffer will let us get a couple of beers out, like.
Oh, love that, man.
But there's a hotel.
I think that's a good thing, though, Si.
There's a hotel in the stadium at Sheffield there, so the boys can just stay there.
Oh, how good is that? So you get the bus back and then you're staying in the hotel. That's brilliant. What was it, Kev?
I was going to ask, Oli, see when you're going a night out, who do you not drink with? Who's the guy that you can't keep up with, and who's the absolute 2 cans of lager, and that's him as anybody's?
To be fair, little Flecky can have a go. Like, he'll just drink beer all night, no matter where you are. That's all he'll drink.
That's a Scottish roots.
Just Budweiser, no matter what. You could be in the biggest club in the world, and this guy would be like, "Where's my beers?" Like, we don't want any of that fancy bollocks coming out. Who can't drink? To be fair, mate, most of the boys. Dean Henderson can't drink. Shy.
He's a Man United 15 player for me. He's never had a drink in his life.
Yeah, cannot drink, mate. Gives it big and cannot drink to save his life. But to be fair, he'll admit he's not a drinker, eh?
What a keeper.
Huh?
What a keeper, mate. What a cat.
Mate, have you seen, you must like his dives, eh? When the shot goes miles over and he does the little protect dives. Really makes me giggle, mate. I really like that, like.
Oh, if I'm Man U, I'm selling De Gea and sticking him in goals, mate.
Mate, to be fair, he's the best I've played with by far. And
Slaney, who's the best goalie you've played with, Slaney? Your big mate Forster?
Big Fraser Forster's side, and it'd be actually great to get the big man on here side. And by the way, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember John Ruddy?
Yeah, great goalie.
I played with him at Motherwell side. It was absolutely brilliant. Si, was he a guy you would like to have in a change room? No, wouldn't say so. Si, but he's a lovely goalkeeper to say the least.
Fraser Forster no sleeping tablet.
Fraser Forster, Si, but people sometimes mistake me, Si. I'm a very intelligent man, Si, and I like having a good conversation. And Fraser Forster done that, Si. And as you know, our past, I love stroking that big man's chin, so it worked very well.
Wait, what did you and Fraser Forster used to speak about?
Si, we used to speak about the bald eagle, Stevie Woods, how he stamps on my toes every time I meet him, and it was superb. How many Slaney, boy.
Yeah. Did you two play at Sheffield United? Bramall Lane, what a place, man.
Oh, mate, I had some of the best. In fact, I had the best memory, I think, at Bramall Lane. Sunderland versus Sheffield United, absolutely pumped, got hammered, we're down to 10 men, 87th, 88th minute, wee Huli Walker, down the wing cross, big Kev, diving header, 1-0, Bob's your uncle, drove home to Stranraer, got in a fight, got locked up at night, boom. That's the way you rock and roll.
That's how you do it, man. You fill up my senses.
Oh, mate, how good is it, mate, when he starts going, mate?
Does that get the hairs on your balls standing on end, young man?
End of my balls, mate. Honestly, every time. Honestly, you know it's coming, eh? And you still can't go over it, mate. It's fucking.
Is that a Sheffield United side of the song?
Yeah, before the game, before kickoff, mate.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
That's
go on, Oli, give us it.
I can't, mate. I've not got the lyrics locked down yet. I just like the greasy big butty and like a night out in Sheffield.
Come away again. Right, mate, Flecky, he is absolutely ripping it up, man. How good has he been?
Mate, he's just, mate, I can't remember which was the game what made me realise. It might have been Liverpool at home, mate, and he absolutely bossed them, mate. Ran the show. We got beat 1-0. Dino chucked one in, but Flecky was a joke, man. Honestly, I can't believe that the level that he's played at up until now. He's only been.
How good was he? How good was he when we were younger, Flecky, man?
So I played against him. We were the exact same age, and I played against him. And then I was very fortunate to be in the same Scotland team as him. And see, when he was 15, see other nations, other players for other countries, they used to come up and ask for his autograph at 15, 16-year-old side. That's how special he really was. I believe Sean Fleck side. I think Rangers. I'm going to say it. I can't believe he wasn't their captain. So he was a future captain there. I don't know what happened there. Something certainly happened that how he left there, because he would have been Barry Ferguson's side. That would have been his level.
Yeah. He was always a number 10 at Rangers as a kid. I think he's much better one back, mate, playing like 6 or 8. He can control the game, can't he?
in our formation, it's perfect because obviously we have Oli Norwood sitting and then him on the left and Lunny on the right, and he kind of has that whole left side because there's no wingers there. Do you know what I mean? So he can just go and do whatever he wants, mate. And
Oli, does he ever speak about how he never stayed at Rangers?
He doesn't speak. Unless you get a fine down him and then you can't shut him up. But nah, I've tried, obviously, because you know I'm a Rangers fan, so I've tried to ask him many a times because I've got one of his tops from when he was a kid before, his Rangers top, and I always spoke to him, but obviously everything was going on at the time with the club that wasn't great, and I think he just wanted to go play football. That was the thing, and they were offering him the football, and I think Coventry did that. So I don't know, mate. It still baffles me, like you say, how he left and how he never ended up being a Barry Ferguson, mate. But
what was the story with him and Barry Ferguson and Lee McCulloch? You said at the table he was that quiet.
Mate, I think it was his uncle who was telling me, or his cousin, Martin's cousin, telling me. He was sat at the table. He must have been 15 or 16, making his debut, and there's Lee McCulloch and Barry Ferguson sat at the table. And Flecky doesn't say anything. If you know Flecky, he'll just get on with his business. And he sat there eating his Weetabix, and them two are cracking a joke. And one of them's looked at him and he's going, "What's happening, wee man?" He's gone, "Right." And they carried on, and they've just started pissing themselves. Obviously, he's like 16, and he's gone, "The fuck you daft he's laughing at?" And then just carried on eating his food. That just sums Flecky up, man.
Brilliant, Kev. Brilliant to see so many Scottish boys doing well in the Prem this year, eh?
I know. I think like we always get a hard time, but it just shows that Scottish players can hold their own. It's just I think the English media's got this perception of Scottish football that it's shit. When anybody that's left Scotland to go down to England recently has done well. You look at Flecky. You look at what do you call him? The boy from Aberdeen, Kenny McLean at Norwich.
Yeah.
The other one, who's the other one? There's been two, John McGinn. There's been 2 or 3. So the thing is, what they end up finding they're doing is they're surrounding themselves with good players. Up in Scotland, there's maybe 3 or 4 good players on each team, maybe a wee bit more. But whereas in England, they're all good players, so they stand out. It brings the best out in them.
Yeah. What are you thinking about the Prem, man? Oh, is it as hard as you thought? Is it? Well, what's the difference between the Prem and the other leagues?
I just think from the Prem to the Championship, the difference is so much, mate. Like in the Championship, there's so many mistakes. Defenders are just stupid, and then in the Prem, they're not. And then they're as quick and as physical as anything, but they have the brain as well, and that's why they've been at the top level, and that's why they're playing at the top level. But it definitely took me a couple of months to get used to like the pace and stuff of it. And I think I had to do a little bit of gym for the first time in my life, mate. I'd never ever done gym before. But I kind of when I'm bouncing off Van Dijk, mate, I realised I probably need to do a bit of bench press. You know what I mean?
Is he the best at her?
He's got everything, eh? I just felt like a little girl against him, man. If the one I have where when a ball goes up and I'm usually like skinnier than a lot of defenders, so when we're both looking up and we're both going to think we're going to jump, I'll give him a nudge while the ball's in the air, and then I'll back in. And it's always worked, whatever level I've always played at, it's always worked. And when we played Van Dijk, I tried it, and he wasn't looking at me, he wasn't concentrating, he was off balance, and I bounced off him, and I thought, fuck me, I'm going to have to go play off Joel Matip here. I'm getting
Were you a big one for the gym, young man?
Who, me, Si?
Yeah.
Never stepped a foot in the gym my life, Si.
Why not?
A lot of nonsense. No, do you know what? Si, I'm going to actually be serious here, right? See, when I get injured, they put me into the gym and they told me to do these programs, but I get really, so I started building up and doing weights and all, but see, when I came back to play, I didn't feel the same. I didn't need it for my game. So I think it is important that you need to get, you have to be strong enough. You can't be getting shoved after the ball, of course, no, but I wouldn't be overly obsessed with going to the gym. Certain players need it. I think if you're a centre forward, if you're backing into big defence, of course you need it, Si, of course. And if you're a winger like me, a top winger that could glide by players, you do not need it, Si.
Mate, every time I used to be in the gym, it would just always end up a game of fucking head tennis, innit? Never ever do weights or
Si, I remember we were doing a squat test, and the wee physio was showing us, Si, a one. This was at Motherwell, a 1 rep max. So that's the highest fucking weight you can do. And there's a wee physio put all the weight in his back and bent down. Si, I get this finger and tickled his ass, Si, and the weights collapsed in his back. It was fucking disastrous. I get 2-week ban side for the gym.
Kev, what about you? Big one for the gym, young man?
No, I think like Oli. I was glad to hear what Oli said there about like identifying playing against some of the better players and realising that you had to get to the gym. When I played in England, I used to just think that I was big enough. But there comes a time when you do come up players. My one was like, see John Terry. Like looking at him, he's probably about the same size as me and the same kind of stature. But see, when you try to back into him, it was like backing into a wall, and you're thinking to yourself, how can he be that strong? He's the same size as me. But it's all like power, and it's one thing I never did. I fucking hated the gym. I couldn't. I was like slavey, man. See the gym could go fuck itself because I was hopeless in the gym.
Kev, you see your type of game, right? It's weird. You were known as very strong holding the ball. Did you not find? I find that strange size sometimes with players that they don't need the gym but they're so strong. Have you ever come across that?
No, I'll tell you. There are certain players out there that just have unbelievable natural strength that you think, where do they get it from? But I always felt that you don't need to be the biggest guy in the world to hold people off. You just need to get your body in the right position. You get your body in the right position, nobody really should be getting the ball off you. And if they do, then they're fouling you to get it. But it's very difficult. Like you see, you come across some players and you just think, I've got no chance again today. With John Terry, I played John Terry one day and I thought, fuck this, I'm going to try and jump onto Desai. So jumped onto Desai. He was a wee bit easier, but he was a moaning bastard, man. He just fucking and that just done my tits in.
Mate, do you know who was like that? See Lenny? It's Lenny.
Aye.
See Lenny, like playing against Lenny and training and that. Lenny was never in the gym, mate, but see trying to get the ball from him, he was so strong, man. He was I always think top players have got that, and that's what makes them top players. They've probably got the same ability as League One, League Two players, but they've got that body shape, man.
Hazard was one of them, mate, with me when he's so strong, mate. You couldn't get him off the ball. You know what I mean? He's tiny and his fucking arse is massive, and he just sticks his arse into you. You can't get the ball, man.
Wow, big danger.
What a player!
Yeah, he's one of the. I think he's probably the best I've played against that cunt, man.
Who was Hazard? Who else has been good at you, Colin?
What you say, bud?
Who else has been good that you played against?
See, when we played Mexico, Carlos Vela.
Oh wow, he's an American now, isn't he?
He's taking a piss up there. Yeah, he was good. Directly against me, I'd say probably the first time when I was in the Prem with Swansea, either big Jan Vertonghen or Koscielny. They were just very clever.
Do you give the boys? Do you give them a bit? Like give them a bit?
100%, mate. 100%. I've got to try and get every advantage I can fucking get. You know what I mean? Half of them don't speak English, and I'm having them off, mate. And they're probably thinking, "Who is this bellend?" When I was at Swansea, mate, and I was wearing number 62 and I had a ponytail for most of it, and I was playing in Prem, mate. I'm thinking, who is this cop? Socks down between my calves, mate. Number 62 on the back. They probably thought I'd won a competition, man. I'm coming on trying to give him a bit of stick.
What's the script with the socks?
Huh?
What's the script with the socks?
Mate, literally, I was at Chester when I was 17 on loan in a conference, and they had no kit, and I was skinnier than what I am now. And the socks just kept falling down. So, like, after the second game, I just wore them down and I scored my first ever goal, and I've just kept them like that ever since.
Quite right, mate.
That's all it is, mate. It's one of them.
See, when you play, when the fixtures come out, is there any games you look forward to actually meet some of these? I know you're not talking to them as a conversation, but to meet them, come up against them, because I used to get proper giddy thinking, fucking hell, we're playing Man U today. Imagine to see Bates in the tournament. You get like that? Or?
I'm more with stadiums than like individual players. I am so like stadiums that I've been, for example, to watch games, and then I'm going there to play there. Like Old Trafford, I've never played at Old Trafford, and we've still got them this season to play when we get there. So that's one for me where I'm like, fucking hell, I'm going to play at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean?
That's class, isn't it?
That's more than the players. But then when you do, it's more after the games that I notice the players. You know, before the game, I don't really give a fuck who I'm playing against. But it's more after the game, and I can look after it, and then I've seen. He just took the piss out of us a little bit there, didn't he? But we've.
Is there any big players that like give you verbals? Is there any big players that give you a bit? Saying you're shit in that now?
Who gave me it? Yeah, a couple of the Chelsea boys did actually this year. I was I was having a stinker, so I was just like elbowing and that. Like I was having a beast at Stamford Bridge. Who's the boy? Rudiger.
He's having himself, Rudiger, isn't he?
Having himself. So it's one of them, Kev. Like you were saying before, like you'll stick one on him and he'll complain that like you're not allowed to tackle him. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Why am I not allowed to tackle him?
Aye, it's as if it's like you've done the worst thing possible and you're like, and then it's part of football.
Kev, see when you played?
Yeah.
Was there any centre halves that would give you a bit?
Nah, see, I always find like, see, centre halves are pretty like level-headed, straightforward people, so they're concentrating on the game. Whereas, like, so Oli, he's like trying to talk about like gain them a bit. I would do exactly the same because you're trying to gain that maybe yard advantage or maybe get them to miss a lapse in concentration. It might give you an advantage, but centre halves are always like, I always just think they're switched on and they're so concentrated and focused in the match and not get any time for the madness.
So what did Rudiger say to you, Oli? Do you remember?
Can't remember what it was, but it was something like I'd put an elbow into him, he tackled, and then he got up and he was like, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" And I was like, "Yeah, fair one."
I love that stuff, man. Slaney, you want to ask Oli about being a Rangers fan?
What's that?
You want to ask Oli about being a Rangers fan?
See, just before we go there, can I just say, see the boy you've seen in the Sunderland document, James Fowler?
Yeah.
Aye.
Do you know when I was 15 playing for Motherwell Reserves, right? And he was playing for Kilmarnock Reserves. So I whispered in his ear and said, "You should be fucking embarrassed for yourself that you're playing reserves at this age, right?" So I was in his ears, kept saying that. But my mate played with Kilmarnock and he said that James Fowler went in and started smashing up the whole change room saying, "Who the fuck is that wee spotty kid fucking slaughtering his eye?" So I said, I wish my career went better, Si, so I could have laughed at it now, but Si, I'm the one that's the joke figure now.
Correct.
But on the Rangers, how is it you became a Rangers fan? It's something that always goes in my mind. Because you're an absolute wonderful guy, Oli, and it's just that wee chink your armour, son, that gets me down a wee bit.
Nah, my old man Slaney and my grandma, all that side of my family's Scottish, mate, and it's one of them. I never really had a choice, mate. I was always brought up to be Scottish, so I've got a broad Yorkshire accent living in Leeds, growing up in Leeds, mate, and every non-uniform day I would be going in with Scotland painted on my face and a Rangers top. That's the way. That's just my old man. That's the way he was. Me and my brother were always going around saying we're Scottish, we're Rangers fans, and it's just one of them, mate. And with the Rangers, it's a lot easier for me to be a Rangers fan down here than it would be if I was up there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, but it's genuinely like, as much as it's amazing to be a Celtic or Rangers player, I've experienced it all, and obviously, especially at this time of now, me going for 9 in a row, it's very difficult for me to walk out in the streets, Ollie. But what I would say is, it is like a goldfish bowl, Si. I remember Aidan McGeady said that it was like a goldfish bowl. As much as it is amazing, it must be very difficult, I believe, Si, being a Celtic or Rangers player.
Yeah. Where was your mum and dad from? Where was your dad from, Ollie? Whereabouts in Glasgow?
Yeah, my grandma was born in Partick. That's all.
Oh, lovely.
Just up the road for me.
Aye, lovely area, mate. Oh, I've just got I just had a text off the gaffer.
Right, mate, tell us. So, you text Chris Wilder saying Si Ferry used to boss your Oxford teams.
Aye, so I've texted Gaffer today saying, Gaffer, I'm on open goal now with Simon Ferry. He's giving it big and saying he used to boss your Oxford team all over the place. Surely not. He's just texted me back now and said, biggest budget in League Two for 20 years. Should have won it by Xmas. Ask him about me versus Paolo record.
Oh, mate, him and Di Canio used to go at each other.
Oh, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. Mate, the reason the Gaffer said he signed me was because when we played Sheffield United, me and him were squaring up to each other in the game. And he said he loved that. He won't give me the ball back, so I've pushed him and me and him are squared up on the side of the pitch, mate.
So you're saying you paid 22 million because you want to fight? I must think he's Deontay Wilder, man. Honestly.
And I scored 3 and 2 past him, I think, Kelvin. I might be wise.
Yes. Oh, can he blow his top, Wilder?
I've never seen it like it, mate. He can go, like. everyone off, mate. Fucking, I swear, oh mate, some of the things I'm looking around like, are we taking this here? Are we just accepting this?
Yes, I love that.
He's just called us a mug team. You're a fucking mug team. Fucking shitbags. Fucking everything, mate. Honestly, but he knows how to get the best out of us, mate. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we'll need that. We'll need.
Do you know what I love this year? We're not training on like a public pitch when you've played like Everton away or something.
Liverpool. What's the
Liverpool?
park?
Was it no?
Aye, what's the park in between Liverpool and Eddie?
Stanley Park.
Aye, was in Stanley Park, mate. Dog shit. People walking the fucking dogs, shitting on the dogs, and we're running around playing two-touch, mate. And
When did he tell you you were going to tune on Stanley Park? Did you just get there and he says, "Come on"?
Aye, so what we do on if we have a midweek night game, we'll travel up the day before, and then on the morning of the game, we'll go and have like a jog and like a stretch and do like a bit of shape or set pieces or whatever. So we usually just go to like a local like a Sunday league pitch or a local team pitch or whatever. And then this day they were like, we're going to Stanley Park. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just thought it was like that was the name of someone's stadium. And then we've got there and we've just pulled up at this park. No banter, it's a full-on park, like dog walking park. There's no grass being cut. There's actual dog shit on the park and there's just people walking past. We're doing our shape and there's Liverpool fans walking past. Use the fucking shape. Yeah, I don't know why they're Scottish as well. They're in Liverpool.
We played Carlisle away, travelled up all the way. We stayed in a hotel, public park next to the hotel as well. So the Canio says, "Come on, we're going to do a bit of shape on the Friday." I like what you've just said, Ollie. But then it was like a housing scheme. So people are coming. It's obviously Paolo Di Canio. So people are coming at their houses and they're watching their training. Di Canio made his assistant go around every house, chat every door saying, "You cannot watch our training session."
Right, so what was he like? What was he like? Because I've heard mixed reviews on him, mate.
Oh, he's a screwball, mate. Who do you know that's had him?
Rafa, De Vita, Al Connell, Billy not had him a bit when he was at Sunderland as well. So a few of the boys have said he was a bit loose, like.
I was actually speaking to my mate last night, Gary Roberts, and this sums him up, mate. We were going through a wee bad patch, right? And we went away to Portsmouth, Bratton Park, 1-2-0, mate. Absolutely bossed them. And Gary Roberts had been out for 2 months. Came in after the game. Robbo played well. He'd had a wee hard time at Swindon, so he was buzzing that he came in, played well. I think he scored. And he was like, "That fucking brilliant, lads. What a result that is." Mate, the can act, man. Pinned them. This is your shit mentality. What? You beat fucking Portsmouth? No Defoe, no Campbell, no Canu. He says, "I'm not even the fucking players." Just hammered boys, mate, all the time, man. He was never happy.
It must have been hard for him, though. He was one of the best players in the country, and then he's at Swindon with boys like you, eh?
Mate, that's it. See what you're saying, spot on. He used to demo every drill, right? So see a shooting drill, mate, he would demo it and stick it in the stands, and then we'd do it and there'd be balls all over the fucking place, mate, and he would be on his hands and knees doing that, man. Okay, have you ever heard that at the public park?
No, I can't think so. I remember, the only thing I can remember to a public park is when I went on loan to Rochdale League 2 back in...
Rochdale,
Mingen. We had to take... He gave me kit that first morning, and then he says, "Right, we're going up to the training ground, jump in your car." And I was like, "Jump in your fucking car? That's a training ground, like." So we went up to this public park, and I was like, "No, we can't be training here." And it basically was probably similar to Stanley Park, just a fucking field. The dogs run about shitting, and I'm thinking, where's the fucking goalpost? There wasn't even any goalposts. The fucking cone, the fucking jumpers, and away we go. And I'm thinking, this is the fucking. I'm like, you just that's the kind of experiences young footballers need to experience to realise they have a big club, because Rochdale, Scotland, no disrespect, but just fucking work really hard and stay where you are if you're at a bigger club, because you don't want to end up there.
That's what I said when I had the same when we was at Newport, mate, and we was driving one place to another, and it was horrible, mate, and I just didn't enjoy it. But like them loans and places like that, with all respect, like due respect, I just never want to go back down there ever again, mate. So I'm just going to graft them to stay as high as I can. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Oh, I love that, mate. I love that.
I mean, Slaney, I'm a good pro, eh?
Great pro.
I remember the time I came up to the Scotland campsite, and I always had the meeting with Steve Clark, and he actually said, Oli McBurnie's side, he was so surprised how of his professionalism side and his work rate, which was amazing to hear.
Oh, does that annoy you? Does that annoy you? Then you get like quite a bad rep. That you obviously worked your balls off to get where you are.
Sorry, I don't help myself a lot of the time, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I just get myself in some sticky situations and then I get a bad rep, mate. But as long as the boys in my team know I'll graft for them, mate, and the fans, then I'll not really ask what anyone else thinks.
But see, on that, what I would say is, you can't be getting signed for 20 million, do you know what I mean, if you're fucking about. And I hate that sometimes people say there's a lot of noise that comes trying to put people down and all that, but listen, just look at that. An international player side, 20 million Premier League player. Listen, the answer is there, Seth. Of course the guy works hard.
Slaney, you're spot on, and do you know what it does me in? People go, oh, we've no characters in football anymore, and then as soon as somebody is a character, yourself, Jason Cummins, straight away everyone's shit professional. Do you know what I mean? What do people want?
But I see on that, and I'm so glad you brought this up. And I don't, you will say it's probably the same side as well, that I'm a big character. See, when things go wrong or there's a few bad results, I believe the manager turns to the guy that gets the dressing room going, and the guy that has laughs and looks at him and blames him, say.
Yeah.
I always believe that, and I think that's totally wrong. We could, guys like us, could come on these shows, say, and feel sorry for ourselves and be all serious and all that and talk about this and that. We don't do it, say, we're here to entertain, and people sometimes take that as an excuse to try to put us down, but say, we're the ones that are rising to the top at the moment.
Yeah, you're Slaney.
Thanks, lad.
Right, we'll go back to Rangers then. Who was your heroes growing up, Ollie? Kev Kyle?
Kev Kyle, mate. Legend.
Do you
know, I liked Big Nikita Jelavic, man. He was
what a player he was.
Some player, man. Could do anything. But to be fair, mate, I was a big fan of Boyd, yeah, because when I was a kid, mate, like, I didn't really have a lot. I just liked to score goals, and similar to Boyd, you know what I mean? And Boydie, Jelavic, man. Jelavic was the one for me that was he was just too good compared to everyone he was playing against, man. Do you know what I mean? Even when he came up
to
the Prem, man.
Growing up, what was your favourite Old Firm game? If you got one.
The one
the 6-2 one was absolutely magic, I believe.
I reckon that when Edu scored, that was one of my favourite goals, man. I just loved that goal. And in fact, little Sonny Aluko, remember that goal he scored?
I do remember that.
Was that was it the 2-1, that one where he's come through, he's picked up on a half-line, he's burst, and then he's chopped inside and scored?
Yeah.
At Celtic Park, yeah. The whole place went quiet, mate. Beautiful scenes.
Have you been an Old Firm?
I could hear Slaney's tears.
See that one you were talking about with Edu? I will never forget that. I was at that game and I have never heard a noise like it. It was the last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ibrox. No, was it Ibrox that one? No. Or was it?
Was it Ibrox? I don't know if I was more disappointed with the results than Morris Edu score side. I mean, because he wasn't the best of players, that boy.
Did you go to the games, Ollie? Did you used to go to any games?
Yeah, I got to quite a few of them, to be fair, and a lot of, obviously I could get away with it a lot more when I was a kid, but now whenever I get up, it's a bit harder to go. But me and Kenny, real good pals. That's my roommate at Scotland, Kenny McLean.
McLean, right? Yeah.
Kenny McLean, and we'll go up whenever we can if we've not, because a lot of the games are on Sundays, aren't they? So if we play on a Saturday, we'll go up to Glasgow on a Saturday night, and then go out on go watch the game on a Sunday. But last few times I've been up, mate, it's not been great for us. No. Been up to like the semi-finals, even the game against Aberdeen, we got beat, and I think the last 4 games I've been to, we've got beat. So I might hold off, stay away for a bit.
Did you go to Loudon Tavern?
No, mate, I can't really. I get mobbed, man. You know, when I'm up there, that's what I think. So like, even when I'm up there and I've never played for Rangers or Celtic, mate, I get mobbed. So then I'm thinking, if I ever played for them, imagine what it'd be like for the boys who do play for them. And even when I've spoke to the boys that I've played for them, they said it gets a bit much for them, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you knew that when you played for Rangers. Did you get mobbed?
No.
No, but see, when you were doing great, Kev, would you get quite a bit of stick in like the street in that?
You know what? It was different for me because Rangers were in the 3rd division, so I think the appeal had kind of disappeared a wee bit with Rangers regarding like having any superstars playing for them. People that the fans wanted to meet or whatever. We were just like, you would maybe get man of the match against Elgin City at Ibrox and have to go and do the boxes and fucking dread doing it, because you'd walk in and whereas normally you get a man of the match, everybody's like, oh, well done, well played. Like, hey big man, you're fucking useless. You're like, you're shite. You're like, oh my god.
Ollie, just before, sorry guys, see, and the change rooms, what do they think of the Old Firm? What do they think about Celtic and Rangers? Because up here obviously it's massive, but I remember when I was doing MQ Dons, it wasn't as big. Like obviously they knew of it, but it wasn't. They didn't rate the players as much as maybe myself and the people up in Scotland do.
I think probably the old firms back then were obviously a lot different. Do you know what I mean? Because the old firms back then were like the players that were in that game, like Jelovic and like even before that with Larsson and stuff. They were the best players in it. Well, Larsson's one of the best players in the world at the time. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now, a lot of the boys have played with these boys at Rangers or Celtic in League One. Do you know what I mean? So I think again, it doesn't help. I just say, oh, I've played with them at this level. I've done this, but I think. Yeah, in England, mate, it's just no one realises how big the old firm is.
So far, be honest, at Christmas, did you think we've got this? We've got this wrapped up?
Mate, I thought it was wrapped up by Christmas, eh? I don't know, mate. It was after the winter break, eh? And then, I don't know, mate, even the games that we've been winning in Europe afterwards, mate, we go back and then we'll just look like a different team back in the FPL. That's it, mate. It's not the games against... It's not the old firm games at the minute that's killing us. It's the rest of the games that if you're a Rangers player, you need to be winning these games. You know how it is, Kev. Like their games, you have to win. There's no other way about it, mate. Like if you're a Rangers player,
I think that's the difference. The Celtic team that keeps winning the trophies and the titles. It's because it's the consistency levels against the teams other than Rangers, so that they're beating Aberdeen's Coventry, they're beating the Motherwells and the Hibs and the Hearts. Whereas that's although Rangers are performing very, very well against Celtic, they're struggling against the teams that they probably should be beating. And ultimately, that's where seasons probably came to a stuttering halt, because they can't seem to beat the teams like Hearts, who are sitting bottom of the league, going 2-0 up against Aberdeen and drawing. So it's maybe just down to experience, and Rangers maybe don't have that experience to see things over the line. Like you, I thought Christmas time Rangers were the favourites to go on and win the title, but from what's happened from then till now, I can't believe that's how much they've not capitulated, but the results have differed so badly.
Honestly, mate, it's hard to watch a lot of the games now, mate. Like, they just.
Do you find yourself as a fan? Do you find yourself slaughtering boys and that when you're watching it?
Mate, I'm bad because I hate it. So when I'm in the stands, mate, I hate it when I hear like punters slaughtering boys. I'm thinking, what do you know? And I catch myself watching the games and I'm hammering the boys. And I'm thinking, fuck, you need to stop me turning into one of them. Man, honestly, it's hard, right? Because you get so into it, mate. You get so passionate, mate.
No. Ollie boy, do you think what do you make of Steven Gerrard's job at Rangers so far?
I think it was always going to be a tough job, mate, especially your first managerial job at such a big club like Rangers. But I think he's done well. You know that there's some recruitment that's been good, and there's some recruitment that hasn't been good, but. You know, it's such a hard job, man. Rangers, being manager of Rangers or Celtic, if you don't get instant success, you shy. It is what it is, and it's the same. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's done well, mate. And like I said, before Christmas, you'd have asked me, Slaney, I'd have said he's give the man a fucking knighthood. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, can you play for him one day? Is that a dream? Is that a dream to one day play for him?
I think I will. There's been a couple of times where we've been close before, but
when was that? When you were leaving where?
I met, I don't know if I might say this, but fuck it. I met Stevie G and Gary Mack in Dubai the summer that they got the job. So I was out in Dubai with Griggsy, Alan McGregor.
Right.
And me and Griggsy have been on an all day. And then I got a phone call from the agent. He's like, "Oh, Gerrard's in it." This was the year before. When was this? This must be the year when I'd just got back from Barnsley. So just before I'd signed my new deal at Swansea. And my agent rang me and he said, "Gerrard's in the hotel around the corner from me. He wants to like have a chat with you. Just nothing too stressed, just casual." So I was like, "Yeah, sound, no worries." He's like, "Right, tomorrow." And then I'm on an all day with Griggsy. And then the next morning I've woke up and I'm like, fuck, I've got to get to that hotel and go see Gerrard. So I've gone, mate. I'm hanging out my arse, right? I'm waiting in the reception for Gerrard's receptionist to come down. And just before he's come down, mate, I've had to run to the toilet and throw up. So I've had to run to the toilet and throw up. And just as I've walked back from the toilet, his receptionist sat there waiting for me his assistant sat there waiting for me in reception. He's like, oh, you can come up to the room now. I'm like, fucking puke all around my nose and that. I'm like, right, sound like let me get off here. Stevie G and
was he top man all year?
Top man side, mate. When I walked out of that room, I rang my agent. I was like, I want to go, man. I want to play for him. It's fucking Stevie G. It's Rangers. You know what I mean? Like, but there's things happen. You know what football's like, mate. And I ended up signing a new deal at Swansea, and then ever since then, it's been a bit financially out the question. But yeah,
right. We're going to talk about boredom, lads. Oli, best prank stories. You've been used to boredom, staying away in hotels, pre-season tours.
I've got a couple for you, Simon. I've got a couple for you.
Right, go for it.
So I'll start with Jace. Me and Jace was roommates. You know Jason Cummins.
Jason Cummins,
we was roommates all the way up through 19s, 21s, and then first team. And it must have been a 21s camp. And Big Stu Finlay. Slaney, is that your pal, eh?
A big legend. I thought he was going to sell it.
Yeah. He used to be a lot of the targets for our pranks. You know what it's like on international duty, Slaney, when you get bored, mate, you got to amuse yourself, eh?
Absolutely.
So we'd been allowed out to go to the shop to go get some food and that, and we've come across this Sheba. It's like cat food. It's like fishy cat food. So me and Cummy thought we'll stock up on that just in case anyone comes for us in our room. So we've got enough defence mechanisms to get ready to come back at people. Anyway, it was quite a quiet camp and no one had really caused any fuss. And me and Jace thought it's a bit too quiet, this, innit? And Big Ricky Sprays, you were the 21s manager. And so we've gone and got a key cut for Stu Finley's room. And while he's gone for dinner, me and Jason had our food rapid, got back up to the room, got about 4 or 5 tubs of Sheba, gone in Big Stu Finley's room, emptied his suitcase out, put all the Sheba in the bottom of Stu Finley's suitcase. So we're putting it in his socks, we're putting it in his trousers, we're putting it in everything. And me and Jason have gone and hid in his room and just waited because we knew that he could take away. We just heard this thumping down the door. Jason, open the fucking door! No, you're in there! Finley's smashing on the door, mate. He's like, I'm gonna kill you! Mate, me and Jason sat inside pissing ourselves, mate. It was
fucking brilliant, man.
Kid had to throw his suitcase away, man.
It's coming to top man.
Oh, mate, he's one of the best guys in football. So he's another one, mate. He gets a bad rep for just being himself, mate, where, you know, if he just nodded and he was a yes man when it comes to interviews, mate, he'd be fine. But, you know, he likes to have a laugh, mate. And honestly, mate, he'd do anything for you. He's one of them kids, he'd do anything for you. He gets a bad rep, but we had some great times in them rooms together, like.
What was the other one? You said you had a couple anymore?
I had a couple, yeah. We had the standard one I used to get at Swansea, like I used to get so bored, mate, because I was flying there, so I could do whatever I wanted. Mm-hmm. And I just used to, you know, Dan James, the kid who's just gone to United, and he used to sit next to me in the dressing room. So I'd order like super glue and like Amazon stuff. I'd order it all to the training ground. So I had about 8 packs of this like Gorilla super glue. And I just come in, I can't remember, I think I'd come in from training one day early and DJ's flip-flops were on the floor, sat next to me. So I've put about four of these tubs of flip-flops, 4 of these tubs of glue on the bottom of his flip-flops, stood on the bottom of them, pressed them into the ground, and DJ's come in, try to slide his flip-flops on like that and gone straight over, head over heels and his fucking thing because his flip-flops are stuck to the ground, mate. He was stuck there for about 6 months, mate. He couldn't get his flip-flops off the floor.
Is Dan James a man? Is he brilliant, Dan James?
He's the quickest thing I've ever seen, Si. Like, I don't know how he shouldn't be that quick. He's a little fat white kid, mate, and he's the quickest thing I've ever seen, mate. Honestly, he shouldn't be able to do what he does. But I think, yeah, mate, that move for him is unreal, mate. But if you'd have seen any of the game from the second half of Swansea last season, mate, he just took the piss out of everyone. He got about 4 people sent off, mate, in like 15 games because no one knows how to deal with him.
Oh, Slaney, Kev, have you seen the Swansea manager now?
Is it the Spanish
guy? Mate, he's Luke Chadwick's brother, man.
Who is
Oh,
it?
you're not going to go search him on our side. That could be triplets. That could be triplets, me looking the manager.
Mate, he looks, you know what, his face looks like somebody's farted in his face constantly.
Dude, what's his
I'm going to go check him out.
Oh, he's a great guy, man. I'm not getting involved in any of this.
Right, mate, he's meant to be a top coach, isn't he?
He's a very good coach, mate. I'm gutted I didn't get to work with him longer, mate. But yeah, very good coach.
What was he? He was England under 17s manager or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had that team: Phil Foden, Hudson-Odoi, Sancho, all them boys. You got to be. It's hard not to be good with them, though.
Fuck me, he is honking. What the fuck is he meant to be? Give me your honky tonk, please.
Oi, I had to ask you, Barry Mackay, I spoke to him this morning. He says, tell McBurnie his gear is shocking, man.
Well, we all know my gears. Slaney, you can appreciate my gear, eh?
I love that, mate. I can see that. Do you know what that is? That is a character's gear side.
Yes.
So
Baz is a sleeping tablet. Why have you been speaking to him, Si?
I need to do my research, mate. Kev, did you see Oli in the crowd at the Swansea game a couple of months ago?
I did, mate. I thought it was fucking different class. Him and his wee mate with the mod hats and that on, they were looking fucking not a problem.
But you must love Swansea, mate. Eh?
Mate,
what,
I went down there when I must have been 17, 18. Mate, I was a kid. It's the first time I'd ever been away from home. Anything. I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally a kid. Lived on my own for the first time, mate. And the way the club is, mate, it's like. I know it sounds a bit weird, but not weird, but just like cliche. But it's a proper family club, mate. Like the way that they was with me since I was down there, they took care of me, mate, and looked after me. And I turned into a man when I went down there. And I've got some of the best pals I'll ever have down there, mate. So if I ever get a chance to go back down there and watch them or see the boys, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean?
What was it? The Stone Island gear, wasn't it? You had the Stone Island done.
I love a bit of Stone Island, eh? On my roots, man. I've got it all in now. I'll show you the closet later on, mate. I've got a Stone Island closet.
Oh,
what about Leon Bratton? What a player he was.
Well, mate, have you ever seen him in real life, Si? How small he is?
Yeah, I've watched him play live a couple of times, mate. He's brilliant, isn't he?
Unbelievable, mate. He gave me my debut when he was a caretaker manager. But him and Lee Trundle, they still live in Swansea, mate. They're Kings of Swansea. Yeah?
Ledge, mate, isn't he?
Friends, man.
What a guy.
What a player.
What's he like as a guy, Trundle?
Legend, mate. Scouser, eh? He's great guy, mate. Me and him have had some good memories together, like.
Have you got any story for us?
I don't know if I can get him in trouble like that. Do you know what I mean, Sonny?
Nah, I like that, mate. I like that. But what I would say, Si, is I've got a big friend, Swansea fan, Darren Courtney and his father, and they said you're an absolute legend in at Swansea, Si. That's what they said about Ollie boys. So that was great to hear.
Cheers, Sonny, pal.
Do you think about romance in that, Ollie? Sorry, Kev, on you go.
Sorry, Si. See when you were at Swansea, did you try and compare yourself to Craig Beattie's time at Swansea?
Slaney, what were you saying, bud?
Did you just flip it over, or what did you do?
Oh, brilliant, man. Right, I'm going to ask you about Carvajal, mate. We had Ross Wallace on, interviewing Wallace.
Big
Did you hear his story about Carvajal with the glasses?
No, not heard it. What do you have? Talk to me. I've heard some stories about Carlos, man.
So Carlos had glasses on, and he said, this guy, he said he'd been going through a bad run, he said, this guy is gone. And Wallace is saying, all the boys are thinking, oh, he's been sacked, like, that's him done. Takes the glasses off, chucks them, turns his back on the boys, brings it like a pair of 99p glasses, puts them on, and he goes, now you've got this guy. Is that the sort of shit he does?
Mate, yeah, to be fair, I had him at the start, and then I went on loan. That's when I went on loan to Barnsley in January, so I missed the second half of the season. And that was when they got relegated, so I think it was tough, and I don't think he had the best of times with it, but some of the boys were saying some of the stuff he would come out with. Like he had two Portuguese, wasn't he? Portuguese. He had two Portuguese assistants with him, and one was the attack coach and one was the defence coach. So one was Big Bruno, man. Big Bruno was the attack coach, and what he'd do is he'd get the goalkeeper. So he'd get a back four, and then he'd go up front, and he'd get a goalkeeper. So about 70 yards away, the goalkeeper would just bang a goal kick up as high as he can, and he'd be like, right, me and you centre half are going up for headers now. And they just run up and try and win the header, just 1v1. This 45-year-old Portuguese bloke, like, winning headers against Mike van der Orn, mate. It's just the stuff, they were so wacky, mate. But to be fair, he's a proper nice person, Carlos.
Uh-huh.
One of the best things about Carlos was I went to Barnsley, and my first game was against Sheffield Wednesday. And obviously, he'd been manager of Sheffield Wednesday for about 4 years before that. And he'd text me saying, "Have you got any tips on the way that Sheffield Wednesday play?" And I went, "You've just been managing them for 4 years. Why are you asking me? We just played them." Surely you know more than me. Oh, man.
That's amazing, man. Is he the funniest manager you've had?
Funniest manager I've had. Funniest how, Si?
What?
Funniest how, like, making the boys laugh and that?
Just make the boys laugh at everything he'd done, like,
Wilder's got a bit about him when it comes to that. Wilder can have a bit. He loves a little bit of big time banter and that, you know what I mean?
Of that. What sort of banter does he get?
What was it? I'm not going to say that one because I can stitch you off here. But we went the Dubai trip we just had in the midwinter break, and we flew economy, and the boys were having a discussion about whether we should fly economy or if we should fly business, you know, for the legs and stuff. So, you know what I mean? Because we just,
of course, my man, of course.
And it's a long flight. We want to be in the business. We can stretch our legs and get a bit.
Is that the one? Was that the one Snoddy was on the plane?
Yeah. Snoddy was like, "Do you want me to send you some peanuts down the back?" He said that to Wilder. "Why are you boys in business here? Do you want me to send you some peanuts down the back?"
Oh, that's magic, man.
That was brilliant. And I went to the gaffer. I spoke to a few of the boys about it before, and I was having a laugh. And I was like, "Boys, I've not flown in business since I was in a conference." I was having a banter with the boys. I've not flown in economy since I was in a conference. And the boys are having a little giggle. And I've come out to training. I might have been last one out to training, so you know me. And they're all waiting there. They're all stood in a huddle. And the gaffer's gone, "What's this then, big bollocks?" He goes, "What's this? You've not flown economy since when?" I went, Fuck, I'm under pressure here. So, you know what I mean? I'm going red now, Slaney. All the boys are watching. The gaffer's there. He stuck it on my toes. Thought I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. I've gone, "Yeah, I've not flown economy since conference." And the gaffer started pissing himself, mate. He loved it. All the boys are laughing, mate. He's good.
That's magic.
But he loves that little bit of banter, right? He can have that little bit of laugh because like I said, all the boys have played, mate. Most of the boys have played in every division from the conference up to the Prem now, and now we're just in the Prem. We're just enjoying ourselves and see where we can get. Do you know what I mean?
Flying. See when you hit 20, when you scored all the goals for Swansea, did you know a big move was coming, mate?
There was always talk, but you know what it's like, mate. And obviously, my agent was saying I was killing myself doing all this stuff on the field. Like what you were saying before, Kev, I was going to say about, does it affect you and would your career have gone different? Like my agents told me before, this certain chairman is not going to sign you because of this thing that he's seen on Twitter and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, I've just scored 24 goals last year in my first year in the champ. If you want to not sign me because it's something you've seen on Twitter, then it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But, the amount of times they've tried to get people to run my social media and all that bollocks, it's not for me, sire. You know what I mean? If I start tweeting, thanks to the fans for coming out today, big 3 points, see you next week. Now everyone's going to know someone's fucking hacked my Twitter, eh?
Exactly. So I see that. I hate that when somebody's running somebody's account. So we don't want that. We want characters to stand up and be honest, mate. Do you know what I mean?
We get fined for that bollocks, mate. And I'm getting told I'm getting put out of moves because of the stuff I'm putting on my Twitter, mate.
Slaney, see when you done Amsterdam or Tom Boyd was running your Twitter, wasn't he?
It was Tom Boyd that done it, Si. I was nothing to do with it, Si. And Tom Boyd just went wild and sent it up. I was nothing to do with it, Si. It was Tom Boyd.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you, McBurnie, you're getting told you're going for 20 million quid. Kev, you had a big move to Palace, didn't you? Were you not getting told you were going to Palace for big money?
Aye, probably similar to Oli, scored a lot of goals in the Championship, and then Palace got promoted. We missed out the playoffs, and then I was going to Palace. I think it was like 3-4 million quid, but I was wanting to go because it's like the Premiership, as much as you love some stuff, but that's the thing in the Championship. If you score goals in the Championship, somebody will take you, because I think scoring goals in the Championship is every bit as hard as trying to score goals in the Premiership, maybe harder, because you don't have maybe the same level of quality around about you. But to get that big move, man, like nowadays, I'm thinking when Oli McBurnie signed for Sheffield United for 20 million, I think I'd have went for 40.
Ollie boy.
Sonny.
Ollie, see when you signed for that Sheffield United for that price tag, did you put a lot of pressure on yourself, or did you feel a lot of pressure with that big price tag it was?
To a certain extent, mate, yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with me how much they pay for me. I can't control anything like that. I can't say that I don't want you to sign me for this much. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them, you know, the pressure of being a footballer anyway. The pressure is on you to succeed, whether you've been bought for 20 million or if you're on a free transfer. If you're shy, you're shy. Do you know what I mean?
Ollie, sorry, mate. I was speaking to Charlie Austin last week, and he said if he missed 3 chances, he was desperate to get another chance to go. Are you the same? If you miss chances, you want another one?
Yeah, 100%, mate. There's nothing, you know. You can miss 7 chances a game, mate, but if you score the winner and you win 1-0, no one remembers them misses, eh? It just says McBurnie 1-0 on the
I love that attitude. I wish I had it.
Yeah, is it tough to see when you're playing like Sheffield United, you didn't like dominate the ball, did you? It's like you do well, but you didn't dominate the ball. So is it tough for you to try and get a lot of chances, mate?
100%. So that was one of the things I had to deal with, because last year at Swansea, like what Kev was saying about you don't have the same quality around you. Like I was lucky last year at that Swansea team that I probably had players that were too good for that level around me. Do you know what I mean? I had players like Dan James. I had Dan James on the wing. I had players like Wayne Routledge and like all these players that have had such good careers and can make me look good. And then go into a team like Sheffield United where we don't have as much of the ball and we play a lot of a different way. Like Swansea, we would have 80% possession against teams, mate. Do you know what I mean? We would just batter teams and they just would want to get off the pitch against us because we just pass them to death.
Oh, do you know who I like? The captain, mate. I played against him when he was at Exeter.
Grimesy.
Nice. Good player.
Left foot, eh?
He was playing at Exeter when he was like 17, mate. Centre mid running the show, man.
And then he got a big move. He was between Swansea and Liverpool, I think he had. They paid a couple of million quid for him when he was at Swansea, and then he had a couple of bad loan moves. But then last year he was a joke, man. I thought he was going to get.
See when you get bought for 20 million, like what's going to your nut? Are you straight away celebrating it?
I went out for about 10 days, mate, in Swansea.
Dave, see when a big move like that falls through, does it kill you?
Aye, because I think, like, would I be wrong in being honest and saying that when a move like that is about to occur, you're first and foremost, for me personally, I would be thinking about money. As selfish as that sounds, I don't think anybody else doesn't think about the fact that you're going to get a move that's going to be life changing. So when it falls through, you think, fuck shit. So you quickly forget about it and then just go back to what you did to try and get that move in the first place. If you keep performing, you keep doing well, the move will eventually come. In my circumstances, I got injured and spent the next 2 years redundant, so that was difficult to take. But Oli, I'm pretty sure when he's thinking 20 million quid, what's my contract going to be like? And then once you get all that sorted out, then you just go and concentrate on playing football and try to live up to the price tag. Just try and do what you're bought for.
What did Wilder say to you when you first met him, Ollie? Was he funny?
The first thing he said to me was like, remember when we had that tussle on the side of the pitch? That was the first thing, like when I met him, he said to me. But to be fair, throughout the whole process, he'd been speaking to me and just kind of, because it took a long while to drag out. And like you're saying, Kev, there's moments where you think it's not going to happen. And that's certainly the way it was, because Swansea were in a position where they needed a certain amount of money to sell, and Sheffield United only had you know how it is. But the whole way through, he was speaking to me and saying, "Don't worry, we're going to get it sorted." We're speaking, and then I drove up to Sheffield. It was about 5 hours, and they had me doing fucking 1,200 metre runs on the inside Astro, mate. I thought, what have I signed up to here? Get me this contract.
Fuck.
What, for your medical, you had to do 1,200 metres?
1,200 metres as quick as I can, mate. And it was in the summer, so it took me about 25 minutes.
Why does he do that? Just to make sure that you can run?
I think so, yeah. It's just like they get a base level, you do all your sprint tests and your agility, because when it's that money, they have to do all the medicals and that bollocks, don't they? I just got back. I think I just got back from all my summer holidays. I had, yeah, because we was back in pre-season. I'd been in America for about 4 weeks. I just spunked all the money that I just signed, man.
Right, boys, last wee bit. Anyone want to ask him a question about Scotland?
Ollie, boy, we had a wee joke earlier about Si. That was the first time I met Ollie when I was invited up with Steve Clark to meet the Scotland boys, Si. And that's where I met Ollie, and that's when I noticed that was the first time, Si. The second time I meant to say sorry, and the second time invited up to Scotland, and that was the first time, Si, I met him. And what a great lad! But at that time, I think he had just been beat. As in our industry, Si, in the media, we are right to keep it. When the full team gets beat, you don't just single one player out, and I did think that was wrong. And I remember that was a fantastic. Ollie, did we not try to do the Sheffield United's greatest ever 11 that day?
We did.
Did we?
Have you still got that?
Fucking Alex Morgan was in it, wasn't he?
You were showing us your tactics as well, weren't you, Sonny?
So, and do you remember the one? Listen to this one, boys. I've got all the Scotland boys, say, gathered round me, say, feeding off my palm. Come listen to me, and you'll not believe it. I went right back for Scotland. Stephen O'Donnell, I was about to get through him like a ton of bricks. He popped his head round the corner side. I mean, he was fucking brilliant.
Ollie, see when you were getting all that shite on?
Aye.
You listen to the podcast, the boys sticking up for you.
Aye, mate, of course. I was buzzing. Someone tagged me in it, because obviously I was watching it anyway before. And then someone had tagged me in that one that you'd put on when you were speaking about it. But it is what it is, mate. It's football. You know, I've been a pro since I was 16, mate, and I'm an easy target a lot of the time. So I'm used to that shit, and, mate. I'm the first to hold my hands up, mate. I've not played anywhere near how I can play when I'm with Scotland. It is what it is. It's for one reason or another. But you know, it's not like I go up and I'm purposely fucking shite, mate. You know what I mean?
But mate, can I say something again, right? This is what I'm saying. Again, you're playing for Scotland in a 4-5-1 against Belgium. You've not kicked the ball the whole game, and then you get slaughtered after the game.
No,
what you meant to do?
Well said,
they've got to, mate. You know what it is? The media got to get stuff to get reactions, and it does better for them. So it is what it is. But
any questions, Kev?
No, I always think, Si, when you're playing for Scotland, you get that fucking roll up front on your own. It's the worst position to be in, because see if you're only a guyly, silky number 9 who can beat men and's got plenty of pace, you're going to struggle. Like sometimes fans, the likes of Ollie, the way he plays, the way I used to play, and other number 9s before us, we aren't easy on the eye. But sometimes when the team performs well and you think, the doggy work that we did, or the flick-ons, or holding the ball up, getting teams out of defence, you don't get praised for that boring shit. But when you get into the dressing room afterwards, it's when your teammates and your manager appreciate what you've done. That's all that matters. Fans are entitled to their opinion, Scotland fans especially, but they've got to realise that we're only blessed with a group of fantastic centre forwards who we can just pick. Right, we can't pick him, we'll pick them other 3. We don't have that. Ollie's been given the thankless task that I had many years ago with Bertie Vokes, and you'll never appease the Scotland fans. That's just how it is. Sometimes they've just got to accept that we're struggling, and players are trying. It's just difficult.
Because you got a bit of stick, didn't you, when you played with Scotland, kid?
Aye, I get loads of stick. Faroe Islands, man. That trip to the Faroe Islands and we drew 2-2. Fucking hell, man. I wanted to retire for the game after that. That's how bad I felt. Like, I was probably similar to Ollie after that game. He got the abuse where you're singled out of 11 players. You're that one person that got so much more dog's abuse than everybody else. And you're like guys like Bill Leckie for the Sun or whatever newspaper he works for. Like, who the fuck's Bill Leckie? Seriously. So it's just a case of you try and scrub it off, you try and wash yourself down, and you go again. And ultimately, you don't turn up for Scotland trying to play bad. Sometimes it just happens. That's how it is.
Is the pressure worse playing for like Scotland than it is for playing like a Sunderland in the Premier League and a Sheffield United in the Premier League?
Absolutely, Si.
For me, yeah, 100%.
It is. because you've got the next week to redeem yourself, or a midweek game to redeem yourself. With Scotland, you meet up again in 3 months' time or 4 months' time, whatever it is, and then if you have another bad performance, it's like nobody forgets the bad performance. Whereas if Oli plays rubbish for Sheffield United on a Saturday, but scores one on a Tuesday and scores the winner the following Saturday, they completely forget about the following the previous Saturday. That's just how football is.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that, man. 100%. And I swear, the one thing I noticed, obviously I've never played in Scotland before at club level, is how much, I don't know what the right word is here.
How scrutinised, yeah.
How scrutinised the media, like how much the media are on top of the boys. Obviously, I know we've not qualified for however long it is, and you know how much we want to fucking qualify for that tournament. But it's like they want you to do shite, mate. They don't want you to win because it's better for them. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
No, Si, I've always said though, it's even England as well, Si. I believe that it's like they want people to fail. Even see when they want. That's just. I believe that's just in general. But see, it's up to us, even ourselves. It's up to us to shut them up. You can either listen to them side, listen to their shite, but you can either go the opposite side and just prove them wrong. And I believe this Scotland team will do it.
No, I know we're slotting the media for like hammering boys and that, but we fucking hammer people every week.
I get every single day of my life.
It's different though, eh? It's different.
Nah, we're only having a laugh at it.
Aye, that's what it is, exactly, man. And the boys know that.
Ollie, can I just ask, mate, sorry. See with Snoddy obviously leaving Scotland, do you think he'll be a huge miss personality-wise?
Massive, mate. I was on I FaceTimed him yesterday, actually. I was on the phone to him. And I think the last camp that we went was the first camp without him, mate, and he could already tell how much of a miss he was. Just not even just his personality around the place and around the hotel, but even in training. You know, training was so much quieter without him there. It was so much. I don't know. I just feel like he'll be a massive miss, mate. You know everyone knows what Snoddy is, like how good he is, mate, how good of a guy he is, and how much quality he has as well on the pitch, mate. But I just feel like a person like that, mate, and people like Griggsy, mate, them sorts of players are such massive losses in the dressing room and in the squads.
Well, he talked to us about Griggsy. Is he mental? We're desperate to get him on, but he doesn't do nothing. Is he mental?
Oh, mate, he's crazy. You know what keepers are like, eh? So he's like, he's a weirdo because he's a keeper, and then he's mental as well. But honestly, I've got so much time for him, mate. He thinks he's 18, mate. He's about 39. And I'll be in Dubai with him, mate. I was in Dubai when I was 21, and he's literally double my age, and he's just there. Honestly, I've got some stories about that, man. Griggsy, what a man.
Well, who else have good lads in the squad then?
In the Scotland squad?
Yeah, who'd you get on with?
All the Rangers boys? Nah, okay. Nah.
The Rangers boys, none of them get picked.
My roomie's Kenny McLean in it, so I get on really well with Kenny. Obviously Flecky and the boys, Big Chico, Charlie, the handsome devil, great guy. Slaney, I know how much of a fan you are of him.
Absolutely, one of the best.
I can't speak highly enough of that man either, mate. Him and Snods in a room, mate. He's real good value for money, like.
What is it? Just the patter or the funny
time?
The patter as well, mate. But they'll do funny stuff just with each other in the room. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen a few things.
Scotland's got better banter than the Sheffield United dressing room, or
the Scottish banter. I think you know the Scottish banter. Well, you all know the Scottish banter is different, eh? From English banter, Scottish banter is just different, man. I just find it hilarious, mate. Like I speak to Kenny about it a lot, and obviously their dressing room's a lot of foreign boys, and he says, mate, I've not laughed in training all year. He said, I've not laughed in the dressing room all year, mate. And I'm saying, like, when you go up with the Scottish boys, it's always great crack, mate. The boys are the boys have got great.
Just lastly, mate, you will qualify.
Mate, I think we'll be sound, eh? Like you say, man, if you look at the team, there's no reason why we can't, eh? If you compare our team that we're playing against, mate, there's nothing we should be scared of, man. We just need to. It's just hard, mate. International, when you go up and you meet up and you have 4 days training and everyone has such different ways of playing and you have to try and merge it in 4 days, mate. It's tough, but that's international football, eh?
Slaney, again, they've got these big qualifiers coming up. You're a man that's played in big qualifiers, Inter-Total Cup. Any words of advice for the squad?
Si, it would be absolutely criminal if Stephen Clark doesn't take me with the squad, especially for the away tie side, as we've already spoken about. I'm an absolute expert away from home in Europe side. So if that man, Steve Clark, does not bring me, there'll be a lot of questions getting asked, certainly for the media.
Oh, and you could room Stevie Woods.
He'll just stay on my toes all night.
That's us, lads.
Thanks very much, boys. A pleasure, Ollie boy.
Ollie, what a man. Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, boys. Always a pleasure, man.
Rest of the season.